Station 4. Jesus before Pilate. As soon as it was morning, the chief priests held a consultation with the elders and scribes and the whole council. They bound Jesus, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate. Pilate asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered him, "You say so." Then the chief priests accused him of many things. Pilate asked him again, "Have you no answer? See how many charges they bring against you." But Jesus made no further reply, so that Pilate was amazed. So Pilate, wishing to satisfy the crowd, released Barabbas for them, and after flogging Jesus, he handed him over to be crucified.
Listen to these words from the Innocence Project, a nonprofit working to exonerate the wrongly convicted through DNA testing and working to reform the criminal justice system to prevent future injustice. Kennedy Brewer served 9 years and was sentenced to death by the state of Mississippi for a murder he did not commit. Though DNA evidence overturned his conviction, prosecutors intended to retry him, and he remained incarcerated for 5 more years before his release. Habib Wahir Abdal served 16 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. He was exonerated after DNA evidence ruled him out as a suspect. 6 years later, he passed away. George Allen Jr. was wrongly convicted of capital murder, rape, sodomy, and first-degree burglary. He served 30 years of a 95-year sentence before being exonerated. He died 3 years after he was set free. Again and again, our lips and laws bear false witness against our neighbors. Holy One, save us from this appetite for injustice and turn our hearts toward truth. Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison, Kyrie eleison.
Station 5. Jesus' courage at the pillar and crowned with thorns. Then Pilate took Jesus and had him flogged, and the soldiers wove a crown of thorns and put it on his head. and they dressed him in a purple robe. They kept coming up to him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" and striking him on the face.
If you've been working with a piece of paper that have been torn to pieces, try to reassemble the paper that you have torn. Try to take back words that flowed from a place of woundedness or anger. Try to undo an action, a vote, a sentence. Consider for a moment your own regrets. Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison, Kyrie eleison.
Station 6. The Crucifixion of Jesus. Then they handed him over to them to be crucified. So they took Jesus, and carrying the cross by himself, he went out to what is called the place of the skull, which in Hebrew is called Golgotha. There they crucified him, and with him 2 others, one on either side, with Jesus between them. Pilate also had an inscription written and put on the cross. It read, "Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews." Many of the Jews read this inscription because the place where Jesus was crucified was near the city, and it was written in Hebrew, in Latin, and in Greek. Then the chief priests of the Jews said to Pilate, "Do not write the King of the Jews, but this man said, 'I am the King of the Jews.'" Pilate answered, "What I have written, I have written."
What distinction or declaration would you give Jesus on the cross?
Majestic mystery, oh mysterious majesty, my small mind cannot contain you. I can only hold it open. Oh, majestic mystery. Oh, mysterious majesty. My small hand cannot contain you. I can only hold it open. Oh, majestic mystery. Oh, mysterious majesty. My small heart cannot contain you. I can only hold it open. Oh, majestic mystery. Oh, mysterious majesty.
Station 7. Jesus promises his kingdom to a thief. One of the criminals who were hanged there kept deriding him and saying, "Are you not the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other rebuked him, saying, "Do you not fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? And we indeed have been condemned justly, for we are getting what we deserve for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus replied, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise."
The last words of Justin Hall, executed by the state of Texas, November 6, 2019. I want to address the family and apologize for the pain and suffering I caused. To Diaz's family, that I had to put you through this. It should never have happened. And to my mom and Morella, I love you and I'm going to miss you all very much. I'm ready. The last words of Arturo Diaz, executed by the state of Texas on September 26, 2013. I hope this serves as an example for the youngsters. Think about it before you make a bad decision. Let's go, Warden. I'm ready. The last words of George Whitaker III, executed by the state of Texas on November 12, 2008. First off, I'd like to say to Mr. and Mrs. Carey, I apologize for your pain and suffering. I pray, Lord, please forgive me. Jesus, remember me when we come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when I come into your kingdom.
Station 8. Jesus speaks to his mother and the beloved disciple. And this is what the soldiers did. Meanwhile, standing near the cross of Jesus were his mother and his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing beside her, he said to his mother, "Woman, here is your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Here is your mother." And from that hour, the disciple took her into his own home.
Bring to your mind's eye and heart the faces of mothers whose children have died before their eyes. or those who hear it and were not there. Those who have suffered in silence, whose pain is minimized because the character of their child is in question. Lord, have mercy. Christ, have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
Station 9. Jesus dies on the cross. It was now about noon, and the darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon, while the sun's light failed. And the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Then Jesus, crying with a loud voice, said, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." Having said this, he breathed his last.
I can't breathe.
Station 10. Jesus is placed in the tomb. When it was evening, there came a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph, who was also a disciple of Jesus. He went to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Then Pilate ordered it to be given to him. So Joseph took the body and wrapped it in a clean linen cloth and laid it in his own new tomb, which had been hewn in the rock. He then rolled a great stone to the door of the tomb and went away.
Were you there when they laid him in the the tomb. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Do not look away. Do not rush to redeem this violence. Do not carry on as if nothing is wrong. Grieve this. Mourn this. Sit with this. And if you cannot sit and mourn with those who mourn, grieve with those who grieve. And do go in peace, with the understanding that peace is not the absence of tension, but the presence of justice. May God's Spirit direct you, direct me, direct us all to create the kind of justice that was denied to Jesus on this day. Amen. Again and again. Amen.